Hi, I'm Moses, and welcome back to another episode of Lowe's How To Anything. I'm really excited today because we have a project that not only looks amazing, but has an important and functional use. Today we're going to build a DIY accent wall so we can install an electric fireplace inside of it. Electric fireplaces are perfect for homes that don't already have them built in. It gives you the same look and feel of a real fireplace so you can stay cozy when the weather gets colder. So let's get to building and installing. Here's our living room where we'll build our accent wall and install our new electric fireplace. Now, when it comes to electric fireplaces, you have a few different types. You have freestanding, you have flat wall, which can be placed directly against the wall, and then you have insert, which is the type of fireplace that can be mounted on the wall or inside the wall, which is the type we'll be installing today. Modern electric fireplaces like the one I picked up from Lowe's today can generate very realistic looking flames, as well as being a functional heater. Now the goal here is to have our fireplace flush with the face of the wall, but the fireplace has some depth to it. So therefore we're going to build the wall out, create an accent wall where we can insert the fireplace fully and we can have the face of the fireplace flush with the new accent wall. Now as you can see, we have a large space here and we can build a decent sized accent wall. Now this is perfect because I have a large TV to mount on it. So we have a large accent wall, we have a large TV. Guess what? We're gonna need a large fireplace. Our space is clear. Now we really want to envision our accent wall. So I'm gonna use painter's tape to mark the fireplace, edges of the wall, as well as any of the components that are going up here. So let's measure and make sure everything is accurate. So I'm using a laser to create a center line so all components will be balanced on the wall on each side. Now I'd like to take a moment to point out that we have a power outlet on the inside of our accent wall, which is exactly what we need to power our electric fireplace. Now if you don't have one, now would be a good time to call in a licensed electrician so that you can have one installed, because you will need it. We're all done taping out our guide, and I can really see how this is going to come together. We have our sides for our accent wall, and we have a nice big beautiful space for our fireplace, our speaker, and our TV. Now the next step is to locate our studs, and we'll do that by using a stud finder. Now we've finished marking all of our stud locations, and they're located 16 inches on center apart, per usual. But if you'll notice, our outside walls do not land on a stud, but in between two studs, which gives us nothing to anchor it to. Now you have two options. You can either move your outside walls to where it lands directly on a stud, or you can do what we're going to do today, and that is run some 1x6 backing strips horizontally, anchor those to the studs, and then anchor your vertical stud to those 1x6 backing strips, which give you plenty of support. So let's go cut some 1x6 boards to the width of the accent wall. Okay, I'm using number 8 3-inch screws to attach my backing wood to the studs. I will be doing that in each stud across the back of the accent wall. Our backing boards are secured, and now it's time to build our sidewalls. And in order to do that, we must first measure the height of the wall on each side from floor to ceiling so that we can get the measurement for our vertical studs. Now it's totally up to you how deep or shallow that you want your accent wall, but at the very least, it at least needs to house your fireplace. So let's start cutting and building our side walls. Now each wall will consist of two 2x4s running from floor to ceiling and will be attached with smaller 2x4 blocks going all the way up, and that will complete a ladder style frame. Now remember, we've already measured from floor to ceiling, and we know we want our wall 10 inches deep, so let's cut and measure accordingly. want to keep everything sturdy and precise, so I'm using some clamps that will really make a big difference. Both of our side walls are fully built, and now it's time to install them. So what we'll do is we'll line it up with our horizontal backing boards, and we'll secure it with those same number 8 3-inch screws. So now it's time to start constructing the frame for our front wall. Now that'll consist of 4 2x4s to create a rectangular style frame. So let's first focus on the top and bottom pieces. Now they need to be cut to the width of the inside of the 2 sidewalls. Now the 2 vertical pieces will go from floor to ceiling, but we need to subtract the thickness of the top and bottom pieces so that they'll fit. Now we don't want our fireplace to sit directly on the floor. So we're going to create a subframe inside of our front frame to elevate it and support it. Now this will consist of some smaller 2x4 blocks mounted vertically across the bottom, which will give us our height. And then we have a longer horizontal 2x4, which will give us a platform for our fireplace to sit on. So in order for us to properly cut and build our subframe, you want to first get your measurements from the floor to the bottom of where you want your fireplace to be. So with that measurement, you're going to want to subtract the thickness of your bottom horizontal piece that you use to create your perimeter frame, as well as the thickness of the newly cut horizontal piece that you'll be using as your platform. By subtracting the 2 measurements of the thickness of both those horizontal pieces, you now have the correct measurement to cut your vertical pieces that are in between. So next we're going to cut another 2x4 horizontal piece that will go from side to side. Now this one will be on top of your fireplace instead of underneath it. We've got a 2x4 for the top, we've got a 2x4 for the bottom. Now let's cut 2x4s for the side in between. So this is the last step of framing the front of our wall. So what I have here is 4 2x4s to represent the vertical studs of a framed wall. And we'll be putting these in at your typical 16 inches on center. And this will be great for anything that we want to mount to the wall, such as our television mount. We're finally done with all of our framing, and here it is, our brand new fireplace that I picked up from Lowe's. And like I said before, we're going with the big fireplace, 60 inches, and it's gonna look great in this accent wall. So the first thing we wanna do is dry fit this fireplace into our rough out to make sure it's centered and balanced on each side, as well as level. And if it doesn't fit, we wanna shim it, move it side to center it until it fits perfectly. This frame is done, but it's a permanent wall and we want it to stay that way. So we're gonna anchor this thing to the floor. And anchoring will ensure that this wall is just as sturdy as any other wall in the house. We're back and it's day 2, and the first thing we're gonna do today is drywall our frame. And if you need a step-by-step on how to install drywall, Lowe's has an amazing how-to episode that will teach you all about it. So we finished drywalling, and as you can see, I've marked all of my stud locations as well as the location where I'm gonna cut out for my fireplace. And we've also had the electrical installed. Now when shopping at Lowe's, you have many different finishing options. You can choose to finish your drywall, you can choose wood, or you can choose tile. But today, we've picked up these beautiful acoustic panels from Lowe's made by Origin 21. And what I love about these panels are they're very light, very easy to install, and very easy to cut. So let's finish this wall. Now I'm almost done with cutting all of my acoustic panels, but before I hang them, I went ahead and cut out my drywall for where my fireplace is gonna sit. Now quick tip, when cutting the hole in your drywall for your fireplace, it's always better to be conservative with your cut, because if you undercut, you can always trim to make adjustments. But if you overcut, it's really hard to fix it. Now it fits really nicely, and the mounting brackets are on top of the studs, exactly where we want them to be. Now if the fireplace didn't fit, I would just take a utility knife and trim across the top of the drywall to make it fit. When installing the acoustic paneling, we chose to create a 1-inch overhang on each side of the front panel to leave room for LED strip lighting. Also, this will create finished corners without the need for trim. Our acoustic panels are all done, and now it's time to finally secure our fireplace, and I'm going to do that by using some screws to secure the mounting brackets on the side plates. And quick tip, if you have a loose fit in the sides of your fireplace, you can always shim in the gaps with some additional pieces of thinner wood. Also, with this fireplace, you have the option of securing it from either the front or the side. Now to complete this fireplace installation, all that's left to do is install the glass and the bezel. And now for the grand finale. The fireplace looks amazing, and the accent wall came out better than I could ever imagine. And here is our fireplace with our entertainment system. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you can get your electric fireplace and anything you need to mount it at your nearest Lowe's or Lowes.com. And while you're shopping at Lowe's, if you need any help, one of our Lowe's Red Vest associates will be happy to help you. Please like and subscribe, and let us know what you'd like to see on the next Lowe's How To Anything.